Hello everybody, it's Bigsy People here again. Been a minute since I've posted a what if, but a nice comment on one of my the first Yamcha video made me want to do another one. So, yeah. Okay. We started the story with Deku. You remember the first scene in the My Hero Academia series? Yeah, that's where we're at. And Deku's standing there, seeing Mount Lady, and Mount Lady kick the crap out of that mole-looking guy. Then after the mole guy gets contained and everything, everyone starts clapping, so Deku just joins in. Before he starts clapping, let's get a little flashback up in the show. Deku looks back and thinks he wish he could have been a hero because he was born quirkless. As a kid, they saw that he had the whole he couldn't have a quirk because of this defect, and like blah 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 blah. The Deku just zoned out the doctor because he just heard that he was quirkless and then was sad. And then his life kind of proceeds exactly how everything else proceeds, but like up until the part where he is about to clap. And so Deku starts clapping and isn't realizing he's teleporting and switching places with every single person in the crowd. Until he claps one last time and switches places with the villain, and the villain just teleports outside of his chains, and then the guy tries to escape, but of course Maruhori was actually just detains him instantly because he's actually good at his job. So he gets immediately detained again and then gets his head smashed into the concrete and knocked back out. And then Deku claps one more time because he's kind of like awkward. He just awkwardly clapped. And then he teleported right back all the way back to the line of the crowd, switching with the person all the way in the back. And then he just ran. It's like, he just want to get in trouble. Deku's a bit shocked because he didn't know he had a quirk. But of course, this is no quirk. This is a curse technique. Yeah, in this universe, curse techniques are a thing in the My Hero Academia universe. But only Deku has it, so I guess it's not that important. It's just like little stuff, you know? Yeah. And, let's just say Deku goes all the way home and tells his mom about his quirk. But of course, his mom just doesn't think he has one because no proof. Until he puts a bottle onto the table and on the ground and then claps and then teleports himself where the bottle was by aggressively focusing. And then his mom gets shocked, and Iko gets shocked and then smiles and hugs her son because her son can be what he always wanted. And so then Deku doesn't show Bakugo because like, what's the point? And just decides he'll just keep being the same thing he's always been. Of course, still being bullied, but him being less affected by it because, they basically don't know the truth. Then he continues to, I guess, just do his homework in school and work on his quirk, of course, and then realizing he can swap other places with other people, not just himself. So he can clap like a rock to a different place. Like he can swap a whole car with a with a with a rock. And so yeah, so Deku is really mindful not to clap in any situation. And then Deku just keeps doing that, and then up to until um, when he's going home, and then the slime villain shows up, but Deku just claps and teleports them separate areas. The slime villain getting confused, like where'd the kid go, until he realizes he's in a different spot. Before he can turn around and get Deku, All Might shows up behind Deku, and then All Might grabs Deku's shoulder, throws him out of the way, and punches the slime villain. Of course, Deku just claps and switches places with the manhole cover that just landed. Okay. Then Deku fanboys over All Might like he did in the original series, because why wouldn't he? He's the same guy. The only difference is he's has a quirk. Quirk. Quotations. Okay, anyways. Deku goes to ask All Might for his signature. All Might turns around and gives him the signature, of course. Then All Might gets up. Then Deku's giddy and happy he got to meet All Might. Anyways, All Might just picks up the slime villain and leaves, and then Deku just walks off. But while All Might's, jumping, his pants were so gosh dang baggy. Like, do you see how baggy those pants are? Super baggy. And then his pants just drop the bottle. Deku looks up to the sky, seeing the bottle in the sky, and lucky for All Might, Deku claps and switches it with a pebble. Not a pebble, like a big boulder or some crap. Oh yeah, he switches it with a manhole cover. Like, he throws the manhole cover into the sky, but switches it with the slime villain. And then he claps the manhole cover. Then he claps the slime villain with himself. Then he claps the manhole cover with himself. Then he falls, but then claps himself in the nick of time with like a backflip where the manhole cover just landed, like with like a big sharp slam, and then scrapes after landing. But he also catches the slime villain at the same time. That sounds way cooler. That probably looked a lot cooler if you like imagine that, or draw that, or animate that. Not when I explain it. But anyways, Deku catches it and then uh, follows All Might all the way to the police office. Then when All Might's about to pull out the bottle, he like realizes it's missing. But then Deku calls out to All Might, yelling, "All Might! You forgot the bottle fell." And then Deku gives All Might the bottle, and All Might thanks him. Of course, he even gives him a fist bump because, like, come on, give the homie a fist bump for saving the day. And then after being severely tired, then Deku turns around and leaves. And then it just takes a longer time to get to his house. Then All Might thinks about what he was doing, thinks on his UA teacher proposal, because then Deku goes over to gets home and then works, I guess. Basically, the 10-month training arc. Remember that? Yeah, Deku does that, but with his quirk. And basically, he can teleport bigger stuff now. He even claps faster now. So basically, he has a quicker technique now. After the 10-month training arc, he goes to the UA thing. In his tracksuit, there's no really difference. He's just a bit bigger. He actually looks exactly how he'd look like if All Might trained him. And then he walks in and to the UA. And then he takes the test. Of course, gets high scores because he's just smart. And then the thing starts. Oh yeah, the thing with the Ida yelling at Deku for mumbling thing still happens, considering it's still Deku. He'll still mumble. Where the doors are open, but Deku doesn't want to wait, so he just basically pushes past everyone, and then Deku pulls back a punch, and actually bends the door with a punch. If you're wondering how he did that, it's Chris technique. He doesn't know he used it, but he used it. And then he bends the whole door, like how Toph did that in the Avatar series when she finally went metal bending. Yeah, basically just that. And everyone gets shocked, wondering what this guy's quirk is, because like, whoa, that's insane. Until they see him clap and teleport. Like, huh? Like, I thought his quirk was strength, but no, it's freaking teleporting. And you wonder what he teleported with? He teleported with a rock. When the and then he smashes a 2-pointer, and then he just goes around teleporting and smashing robots. Everyone's wondering what this guy's doing, considering they didn't get a go. Until President Mike shows up and says, "What y'all doing? Get to stepping." And then they run. And then Deku has already smashed up mostly the beginning robots, and everyone, of course, can still outpace him because he's still like slow, like mind-wise, not speed-wise. So everyone like speeds up, get their points and stuff. But Deku still also gets as many points as he needs. And then eventually, Deku, after smashing a whole buttload of robots, looks towards a building, wondering what a sound is coming from it. Until he sees the whole building collapse in on itself, and then a big hand launches from it, then crawls out from it, and it's revealed that's how the Zero Pointer showed up. And then Deku was like, oh shoot, and then he starts skedaddling. Because he remembered the Zero Pointer didn't count as any points, and that thing is way too big for him to fight. Until he hears a voice and sees Ochako. Of course, he doesn't know it's Ochako, but we do. Under the rubble. And he's like, oh shoot. And so he just teleports himself with the rock she's by, and then starts taking her out. Then picks her up and just puts her down, and then teleports her with Ida, and tells him that he can outpace her, so he just teleported her where he was, which is really far away. And then Ida says, okay. And then Ida tells Deku to hop on, because, if he's going to save Ochako, he's going to save him. So Deku hops on to Ida's back, and then they both just run away. Then Deku just carries Deku all the way over to where Ochako was, because Deku gives him a description. And then Deku gets off of Ida's back, and checks on Ochako. And then Recovery Girl shows up, and shows up. So then Ida apologizes for calling him out for mumbling. Deku just says it's okay. It's alright. He didn't mean anything by it. He was definitely interrupting the seminar. And then Ida. It's like a bit happy. Because, this guy's pretty chill. And then, yeah. That's basically how the trio was formed in this timeline. The Ochako, Ida, and Deku formed. That's how that formed. Anyways. They leave. Then Deku leaves after, the time buzzer bings. Then Deku sees that he's 12th to 13th place. Because, he's really more of a support guy than a damage guy. Even though he can do damage, he's just more a support. Even Deku knows that. His plan is to support people when he becomes a pro hero. Basically, he's like a sidekick. But he's his own pro hero, too. Anyways, Deku then gets his acceptance speech from, I guess, Nezu here, because Nezu is impressed by his uh, powers, so he tells him that he's accepted. And then, I guess, a couple weeks or days later, I don't know. I don't know when they start or when they started, but I think it was like a week later. Leaves. I mean, then Deku leaves home after his mom like congratulates him on making it to the thing, and so Deku goes to class and then meets up with Ida and Ochako again. They start yapping to each other, and they're like all happy to talk to each other again. Okay, yeah. Then Aizawa pops up and says everyone should take the seats. Deku sits behind Baku like he did in the series because he's the same guy. Aizawa explains that they're gonna do the training thing for like the throwing the ball thing, and then they all get ready and walk out. Of course, everyone does the whole "what about orientation" stuff. He just doesn't care. And then they get out there, and of course Baku was first because he got first in the first thing. Then he throws the ball, like he always does. Then everyone throws the ball. Then Deku steps up and also throws the ball. It's not really anything he else can do. Oh wait, no. But then he picks up a teeny pebble and throws it even farther than what the ball's about to land. Then he snaps them differently. Then the pebble lands where the ball was originally going to land, and then the ball lands way farther away. Then Aizawa explains what he got. There's nothing really interesting that happened to make anyone say this is going to be fun type crap. So Aizawa never says that. Paul, if one of you guys fail, if one of you guys get last, then that's it. You quit. Of course, it was a white lie, but he just never says it. Okay. Baku definitely was seething afterwards, but that's really it. Then Deku goes home. Well, walks home with Ida and Ochako. Then they all split up, and that's it. Yeah. Hmm. I think that's a good way to stop the video. Right there. Right there. Of course, next video will be the USJ, but I like just making a whole part for that series because it's my favorite arc, honestly. Anyways, I really hope you guys like and subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 100 because that would be super hype. What am I talking about? Hope you like, hope you subscribe, hit the post notification bells if you want to see more. If you don't do that. Anyways, see ya.